Even in high school, I knew I wanted to be a physician. And at the time, WashU had this incredible program, the Scholars Program in Medicine, that was an undergraduate bachelor's degree and then an admission to the medical school as well. I applied to the Scholars Program in Medicine because for these combined degree programs, WashU was exceptional both at the undergrad level and at the medical school level. Landing in St. Louis, fresh off the plane from Washington, D.C., where I grew up, I vividly remember the admissions director at the time, Jan Snow, who met me at the airport. She'd clearly memorized everybody's picture and their name, and she said, "Hi, Rochelle, how was your flight from Washington?" And I thought, this place is personal, and I will never forget that. It was among the most inspiring things that brought me to the university. I was a tour guide and I was on the Student Admissions Committee, the SAC, and I loved to show off the place. It was so much fun to stand at the arches, look out on Forest Park, and to brag about the place that you got to call home. Because I was in the Scholars Program in Medicine, I had actually the confidence to take some really hard courses that I might not have otherwise taken. But interestingly enough, it's what I would actually encourage all college students to do. This is the time that you have to explore, to reach out, to extend beyond your comfort level. I had this great opportunity to do research at the medical school with a genetics professor named Paul Levine. He did work in the marine biology labs in Boston. So I spent the summers with him in Woods Hole, and he picked up the lab, packed the lab, and I served as his tech in his summer lab. Taking advantage of those opportunities was really foundational for me. What was really wonderful about being in arts and sciences is, for me, the deep expertise and knowledge in biology and chemistry, but then also all of the liberal arts things that I got to benefit from as well. I took women in society courses, I took philosophy courses. You know, we're arguing about René Descartes just after a thermodynamics class. WashU allowed me the opportunity to think big. And I have taken that lesson with me from WashU to so many other things, to the research questions that I ask, to the opportunities that I seek or that I don't seek, and maybe even my last position as CDC director. It was not a job I even applied to or aspired to, but when somebody knocks on your door and says maybe that's a job you want to consider, think big. So much of what we do in medicine and public health, in publication, is sprinkled with rejection. Not getting your paper in, not getting your grant funded. So much so that when I was a faculty member at Mass General, I used to keep 2 CVs, one of all of my successes and one of all my failures. Over time, the successes got long, but the failures was often longer than the successes. I think it's really important to recognize that all of those successes don't happen if the failures don't happen in parallel. It is those that make you grow, that make you stronger, and that have you coming back to do more great things. I have always felt that it is really important to give back to the places that moved you. Washington University is among the first places where that was the case. It was foundational and transformational for me. It is easy to pay it forward. Ultimately, I worked hard to make choices which I thought were right for public health, and not everybody liked those, and we're very public about it. For me to understand that some of the places that inspired me most, that I looked to as my North Stars, would be the ones that sort of recognized the work that we did for the right reasons, that just means the world to me.